should be easy to remember. Place. I thought we were going to his actual place.
No, yeah, I know.
Oh, we're going to your place.
What's that? You see your boy Sammy Zayn?
No, I saw it because you looked at it.
He rode the whole joint for everybody.
I'm trying not to watch. I didn't get no spoilers. I'm trying to watch it with my wife, but she's working tonight.
And you didn't mess up. And he didn't mess up.
I think I seen spoilers for Standing Now and Think Live.
I didn't even see that.
Did you watch the whole thing? Or?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
What time did it start?
Actually, it was early because you know it's just out here in Europe.
Yeah, it's somewhere out there. Yeah.
And I got the CSP coming.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, life is really short on it. So I think when people come a man, you know, like we gotta make sure we still keep it civil with each other. Because you all certain family members don't butt in. But as we get older, when you see people start ceasing over some period of time, then you realize that you know we have to kind of learn about it. So we make sure we still quality time. Back in terms of the values, are you still here? And I think that's what people mistakes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just think in an honest sense, family isn't everything, but it is a very important foundation. It's just, I cannot stand it when there are those who almost seem enslaved by those bonds. As if, you know, they have to, and comments and praising is, well, their family. That's supposed to really mean something. No, it's
certain family members that
it's a bad purchase. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood or not. You're loud, this is specific knockout, knock them out. If they're bad enough.
and it's supposed to be I mean, it's crazy as it sounds, it's crazy to say. I do believe that because I was just talking to one of my cousins I haven't seen in years. The last time I saw me, they were teenagers.
Yeah.
We were just reminiscing about, you know, the time we grew up in the projects, we were running around, getting in trouble, doing this and that. And he was like, man, you know, now we all on distance, but we also do what you see, we don't. But it has to come a time where we have to have one family reunion. Because, as you know, you can't have many contestants. You know, people go on. People pass away. And you don't want to have that on your shoulder. You're like, man, you know, I should have hung out with my cousin before dinner, or I should have, you know, spent some time with my grandparents or uncles, any relatives or siblings like that. I agree. You know, because, you know, a lot of us do hold grudges towards each other. That's family members. Over petty stuff.
Well, yeah, it seems weird that the closer the bond, the easier it is to hold on to a grudge. Because, for whatever reason, if you're like casually like a coworker or something that you talk to, says something you don't really agree with, you're more likely to kind of let that slide versus somebody who knows you and say it. And that's a little more heated. Then again, maybe it's because they know you better that they should know better themselves.
Sometimes I think people think that just because they know you, they wouldn't expect that coming.
Yeah, because here's the thing.
If that makes sense.
No, yeah, because you see, knowing someone does not give them permission to treat them a certain way or to say certain things that you can get away with. After all, just because you're close doesn't mean you're allowed to act out of pocket.
Yeah. I'll give you an example. So, one of the people I grew up with, matter of fact, my boy Ty, the one we were running Turtles with at that time, his twin sister is this white guy, sweetest guy named Bruce. So I never love and respect him. But we had, me and my Ty, we had this, not like an altercation, heated moment, we had like a disagreement. So, you know how people always portray the N-word so properly. So we were like basically saying that, would you have a problem with FIFA? Not me personally, because you don't care about it. If he's not using it towards your disrespect, then you know, who am I to do it? But at the same time, I gotta understand the black and hood side.
Well, I get all that. But at some point, when you
But at some point,
when you gonna get out of that hood, you gonna get out of that hood stuff.
Yeah, that's because I had got not a disagreement, but I said, well, what's the difference between them saying N-word and us saying cracker? So, you know,
Because here's the thing.
or you know,
If we're being real and honest with ourselves in society, then we have to acknowledge the fact that a slur is a slur. You cannot pick and choose your slur.
but what I said, when I'm saying is we can get away with by saying a different ethnic race, but then when it comes back to us, we take it out of proportion to get offended. Get ready to stop. That's one of the problems.
Yeah, it's called hypocrisy.
Yes.
Double bacon cheese or
We have to get some meat and cheese.
It's called you know how to live.
But you're not wrong. So we're talking about
Talking about slurs.
we're talking about slurs.
Oh,
Yeah, don't we just pre-round, don't mind this.
I know how to swear.
That's it. Yeah, slurs and all that fun stuff back.
Well, you know what? That's a perfect example. There you go right here. Because, you know, you've been around for a while, and you've been around certain places where the peoples and customers and stuff like this have to see racism and real racism.
Yep.
And so, when we were discussing about should people take highly criticism on certain family members if, you know, this is what I said, on to the degree that one false statement could lead to altercation.
You should know your family. That's first and foremost. Hey, if you know your family's want to take it hood and you know fight or whatever, you just gotta know that's going to be part of the conversation. So you know you have to approach it a certain way.
I mean, it varies with families as well. Because I can tell you my personal opinion, based on my reality. Growing up with your family, your siblings, right? You know, you got your best friends and stuff like that. But as you grow older, you tend to like start ways a bit, depending on who they get with. Or, you know, look at the Adams family, right? Uncle Fester, we got with Debbie, totally broke the family apart, changed and everything. Like, you can act like that. You know your people.
Thank you so much.
I'll take one. Because I like mayonnaise.
I know I got a lot of food right now.
Man, you must be, you had
Oh, man, you're lying.
being alive. Thank you. But, go ahead, Joe.
When you get big bucks, you got to spend it. So
Yeah.
work hard, play hard, right?
So, what you said, Cam, I totally agree with it, and Joe, what you said, I totally agree with it. But it's just like, when you distance yourself from certain people, but then you realize when it comes about, when they perish away, then you realize, damn, maybe I should have been more respectful.
You don't want to like regret your last words to somebody that you had like years amount of memories with just because one day's struggle. You know, I mean, no matter what happens in my family, whether we all separate, they blame me for whatever, I was like the black sheep of the family. I was the first one to move out of the house. And then once I moved out, the rest started moving out, and then my mom was saying like, oh, because you moved out, you made everybody else move out, and you broke the family apart, right? And I have to live with that. It hurts, it sucks. But I didn't treat them any differently. I mean, if I had an event going on, or I wanted to take them out to university, I could go with them and treat them together. I don't, put myself in the way.
But see, here's the thing, and I'm glad you mentioned that. You, basically, every day, I see you every day, if you're not doing it, like, a project you're doing with not yourself, but with your mom and your brother and stuff too. So how's that relationship go for you guys since,
It's great to me because I do have a business life. I still have my day job, I'm salary, so I'm not there 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 to a job. I'm there about 10 plus hours sometimes. And then when I'm not doing that, if I go on vacation from that job for filming a project or flying out to a convention or something. So that's why I try to include my family in my projects now. That way I can still see them and enjoy the moments with them too. If I have a convention nearby locally around the area, they can attend it, They get to see themselves on the big screen. They get to see themselves doing something that everybody else can get. And then I don't want to call it bragging, but they can kind of show off to their friends too, like at their job. Like, oh my God, look, I'm in a movie, like, look at me. It's exciting. You don't see yourself.
Hold on. Don't get too far. Go on. Yes,
because it's called pride.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having pride in your bonds.
it's like everybody's always saying like, oh, this guy's showing off. This guy's showing off. I'm like, I ain't showing off. It's like I work hard for this stuff. You know, like, oh, you know what's up. I heard see you guys grinding all the time too. You know,
and that was and that's something that I was talking about Cameron about not too long ago. Is how do you deal with diversity when you know you don't have haters out there?
Yeah. To me,
since you do something
again, I think a lot of my life is I grew up watching wrestling. You know, so I take a lot of wrestling. If you know this, you got it.
Yep.
I take a lot of that into when I base on my reality. Like everyone says, like, how can you wake up every day? Like you're not. I hate coffee. I don't drink coffee. Everyone needs coffee to wake up. But to me, I grew up watching Ultimate Warrior. Like I said, I get energized. I'm like, all right, time to go. Let's go. You know? Same for the haters. You know? Who came into WWE that says haters love you? Miz.
That's true.
Miz, haters love me, and look at him. He's the most muscling, WWE superstar. So I don't care for haters. I don't do what I do for fame. I don't beg for your attention. I'm not trying to have a million followers. I don't even care about having 100 followers. If you guys can be the only one following me, I'd be happy.
Right.
What I do is for me and to entertain you guys. Whether you like it or not, it's not my problem, but I did it. I enjoyed it, and I got to do it with my friends. We had a good time. Now, if the world wants to enjoy that too, shit, by all means, I'm welcoming you to it too. So I don't care who you say what. You know, there's always going to be haters because they're jealous of that you're doing something that they can't or something that they want.
Yeah, because it's passion, not patriotism.
Yeah. And that's why I tell everybody, I hate the word influencer nowadays. I'm not an influencer. I don't want to be an influencer. I'm an entertainer. I just want to entertain and see how much.
Yeah, that's why I would say we're creators first.
Yeah.
Entertaining will be right hand in hand with that, of course. You know, an influencer, that's always subjective because I know with that responsibility comes the influence. But I'm not worried about, I'm not trying to force a narrative to anybody. My job is we're going to speak the truth. We're going to speak straight up. We're going to be genuinely who we are. You're going to love us, hate us, or hate to love us.
Oh yeah, you gotta like the
Yeah,
videos.
you gotta like this or like this. You know how it is. Anyway, before we get too deep, I want to get too deep into the conversation. I know we got guests in the building right now. Don't mind the elaborate setup, but we want to make sure we do something proper for our
You don't like the
people.
video either, huh?
Hell no. Want them?
No, he like me. This is why I don't even say. I know this why that's my brother from another mother too.
Red ring of death.
We think too much of it. We think
I
too
like
much of
ketchup,
it.
but I just can't do the.
It's like,
Real quick,
They're lucky I doesn't let us off.
We just gotta have a little bit.
it's like I like her.
Facts. All right, let me get the intros out the way, then we can continue talking. I just want to make sure we get this up and running real quick. PVC Podcast.
Good, or?
Yeah, you Gucci. I already got you preset. PVC Podcast Crew, y'all know how we get down. Man, it's been a long time coming to get this back together, man. It's been, about a year and a half, maybe? It's about a year and a half, almost two since we've done this, man. It's been a cool minute. But it's always a privilege and an honor to have my boys at the table. But before we introduce our special guest, let me get all the pleasantries out the way. You know, like we like to do with this time. Hey, Paul, say what's up to the people.
What's up, people? We're tuning in to PVC Podcast Crew. As always, it's a pleasure to always be at the table with my boys and everything. We always give you good knowledge, good facts, but if you like it or not, but hey, we're not looking for any validation. We just look to stand our business. But besides that, I'm going to pass it to my boy Vic. Vic, say what's up to the people.
Hello everybody, glad to be back here again with the PVC Podcast Crew and our guests. We do hope you enjoyed today's content. It is very special. After all, it's been a long time coming. Too much time has passed, but thankfully we've been allowed to gather again together here. And we hope you enjoy the following content. And if you don't, remember, you don't have to like the video to like the video. Now, before we go any further, Joe, please inform the people and remind them who you are.
What's up, Dirty Freaken Joe here. I'm an actor, musician, producer, director, jack of all trades. But a long time homies of my guys right here. Used to work with them in Walmart. So back in our good days in Cerritos. But yeah, I'm back. This is round 2 on their show. So I'm honored to be here. I actually didn't even realize we were on a podcast. We were just hanging out.
So we're gonna do a little bit of both. Don't mind us.
We ambushed this.
Yeah,
That's tricky.
We snuck it in on it, but it's cool.
They lowered
And
the
we have to do this, man. It's been a minute. We gotta have a conversation with the congregation. Y'all know what we get down. But y'all know who I be, Cam, aka Nerd Boy Fresh. Follow me on the gram and all that good stuff. Y'all know how we get down. All right, Joe, we got talk, man. It's been a minute.
I know.
So, man, tell us, man, what's been going on in your life, man? It's been a cool minute.
I could actually let Paul talk to you about that. He knows what's been going on. He asked a little sneak peek.
He got
Inside the scoops of what happened, what's been going on. So, I mean, I think since the past 2 years, I was very active for quite a bit. Then I took a little break from hiatus. I had some personal things going on in my life. You know what's with that. So, still dealing with that a little briefly, but I'm coming out on a shell now. I'm coming out. I'm still jumping back on projects. On those now. That part was going on. So we just shot my latest music video, which is going to be a short film as well called Mutant Fiends. Featuring the world's famous Paul Bruno over here.
Yes. Got Paul, part of the
We got
podcast.
Paul from Hilltop Brawl over there, from the Hilltop Brawl series.
Yeah, you got Jason Lane involved in that as well. A bunch of people on that.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's like people I know, people I appreciate, people I love. And it's my first time working with these two, and they had just like great dynamics. Everybody on set loved these two guys. I'm like, man, I wish I would give them a bigger role. I knew they had that much energy and all that.
Right.
But we got more projects in the future I can really get into. That's why I like to do these things. I like to bring people on projects and I'm seeing what they do, and I'm like, I want to keep them in. I'm gonna write them into the next one.
Right.
I know what they do,
Right.
what you can deliver, what you can fit into. So it's gonna be really good. But yeah, I also had Brett Wagner on the film.
Yes.
He's the Lost Leatherface. He played Leatherface in the 2003 remake of Chainsaw Massacre.
That's cool.
We had Lee Waddell. He's the actual stuntman that plays the actual Ghostface in Scream 1 and 2.
And for the people who don't know, if you're not subscribed to Dirty Joe's page for whatever reason, definitely do. You'll see a lot of behind the scenes of what was happening, a lot of this tidbits and stuff. But yeah, it looked like it was a great project. When y'all, even behind the scenes, looked like it was a fun time.
It was very
y'all, blood all over the place. Y'all body slamming people. Like y'all was wild, and I didn't go for it.
It was a crazy shoot. It was like a 12-hour shift, 12-hour shoot, and I just located my shoulder the first 3 hours in.
And I had to help you put it back in.
Yeah, they popped my arm back in.
Wow.
And then I think I dislocated again later on that day. So twice in one day I got my shoulder dislocated. I'm like, God damn. But the show must go on. That shows my dedication. Like a lot of people would have been like, oh, pause the project, come back another day. I was like, no, let's keep going. Again, another WWE reference. When I see Mick Foley fall off the cell, and he was walking out the entrance and he's holding his shoulder. He just like, no, let's go.
And he goes smile on his face.
Yeah. That's how I felt. I fucking got up. He was like, hey, let's just pause this. I'm like, no, what's the next thing? Let's go. Let's keep it going. Camera rolling. Like, I'm
True.
yeah, it was a really great set. It was a great shoot, great people. Everybody that was in the film, I loved. Even whether it was my first time working with them or not, everybody delivered. There was no drama.
Y'all did that local. Y'all was in Orange County. Y'all did it relatively local.
Yeah, I rented a location, the OC Heritage Museum. I rented that out. So it was local for around here anyway.
I want to ask a question. What genre inspires you? What material do you reference when you create your own story? What do you think?
You mean musically or movie wise?
We'll start with music and we'll start with horror.
Music, I need something fast and heavy. Something that, to me, I don't know, I was always in the mosh pit, so running, and then people say, why are you in mosh pit? Why do you go to concerts? I'm like, it's not even just about it. It's like, you can let that aggression out. We all got demons in us and stuff, we want to try and let it out, but when you're at a concert, you can let it out.
Industrial.
Metal, heavy metal, even some punk, thrash. That's my, I just want to run. Sometimes you want to let that emotion out. When you run, you just let it all out. You want to yell, you just let it all out. And it's just something you can move to.
No.
So in a killer scene, when you gotta run away from the killer, it sounds perfect when you're running away, you got a good bit.
Gotta have a beat to it.
Yeah, so
it's almost gotta feel primal.
Have to have some kind of rush. Yeah.
Right.
Something that gives me a rush.
And for your movie, what inspires you with that?
Movies, horror. I gotta have horror and I gotta have comedy. I always grew up watching comedy, and I got into horror a little bit after that. So then I discovered that there's horror comedy movies. I'm like, man, that's perfect. That's the best of both worlds right there.
Yep.
So that I try to jump into that. So I always try to add horror comedy to my film. There's horror comedy that's very, very cheesy, which I still love, but I don't want to do that in my film.
No, you want sincerity.
I want to mimic a horror movie, but I want some comedy dialogue, some stupid stuff to happen.
And now that you mention it, because when I saw, and shout out to Sean Heights.
Down to believe.
Yeah, when I watched that, it was like horror-sized comedy, and it was so hilarious.
Yeah.
And everybody in that project did an amazing job. Shout out to everybody in that project. It was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
There was one scene like, wait, is this supposed to be comedy?
Yeah.
But that's a dilemma of it. That's a phase of it, because you have to have certain things you're working on if it's going to be funny or not funny, or scary or not scary. But when you combine them all together, it's realistic.
Well, it's absolutely a skill to make the same person laugh and scream.
That is true. That is very true.
I have one question for you. So, and I think I have answered this question, but when we shot the location at the Heritage, how did you come about that for that location?
So my wife, she vends a spring paint club, but prior to that, she was James Over Creation, and she's actually vended at that location. They have a festival during the summer and some in the fall. It's called Creepin' Real. Okay. It's called Creepin' Real. It's like the same thing. It's like a horror convention, but more like not like Die Hard bloody horror. It's like for kids getting horror and all that cool. But they still have like The Crow and Frankenstein. Just nothing over the top.
Yeah.
So my wife would vend at those locations, and I would see it. I'm like, this is pretty awesome, And then when I came over my video, I'm like, what if I do my own horror convention at this location? Because I already know what it looks like when there's a lot of vendors around. So I just thought it would be pretty cool. Like, what if we made a horror movie at one of these conventions, and we're vending, and then boom, we all of a sudden killer and movies or whatever started tearing over, and we wrote a song inspired by Desert Fiends film.
Got it.
So I was like, but I don't want to copy them. Like the whole, we're in the cave and out in the desert. So I just brought it into my reality. I have vended at that location. I have vended at conventions and stuff like that. So now I want to say, how can I terrorize it? Of course, I added my mutant attacks into my convention. So it's like, yeah, I've done that every day. So now when I go vend, I'm like, damn, who needs that? You gotta watch your back and all. That's a fact.
Yeah.
He's not asking you what the bag is. He's asking
So it was kind of like that. So that's where it came about. So I already knew a cool spot to do it.
Cool.
Originally, I was going to try to look for a cave to actually shoot in, and I found one where they shot the Batman.
Yes,
in LA.
in LA.
But it's dated, and you need a permit,
Yeah,
and
that's
all
a
that.
lot.
It's a little bit freaking hassle.
Right.
So I'm like,
Are you
yeah, it's in LA. That's how it's called.
Is your material somewhat inspired by Hills Have Eyes?
Not mine. For Desert Fiends film, that one did. That's not my film. I know that was inspired by The Hills Have Eyes. Mine is more based on War. I love the band War. That's where I got my mask in. Really know how I can scare people. So sometimes you can see through my mask, like I have my eyes painted black and it's sweating off so you can see skin. They're like, oh, I can tell that's fake. I'm like, dude, watch War. You're definitely gonna know it's fake. But it's entertaining.
Right.
So, yeah. Mine is inspired by War. Definitely by War and just
Got it. So you came up with the music concept first, and then did the writing for the video and the music. So how did you transition from making it just a music video to a full-on movie short?
So yeah, the idea is always when I write a song, I want to shoot a music video. No matter what, it'll get a video. Well, depending on what I want to do or not, but yes, when I write a song, I'm always going to make a music video. But with the success I had the last time with my last music video, Sci-Fi Sam, I wanted to challenge myself. And I was winning awards like at different conventions. There was a convention called Days of the Dead, where I won Best Music Video, and I also won Best Micro Short Film. And they have this Deadhead trophy. It looks sick. It's like a zombie head and all that stuff. I was like, I'm gonna get one of those, So then once I heard I won, I was like, shit, I get one. But they gave me a certificate. What happened to my Deadhead? They're like, oh, you have to have a short film to win Deadhead. Under that, it's gonna be a certificate.
Right.
I'm like, I'll take it, but I challenged myself. I'm gonna get a Deadhead. So I'm like, I'm gonna turn this next music video into a short film, so I can submit it to a short film and get that Deadhead.
So it will qualify for both.
Yeah.
Now, is that majority of what certain creators are looking for nowadays? It's like they rather see like short film instead of like actual like music videos.
No, I mean they don't look for that at all. It's just pretty much whatever they're into in their budget, you know. So then again, a lot of musicians, a lot of people really aren't even doing it.
And that wasn't my thing, because you're doing something of what I would consider old school, right? Classic, old school style music video.
And the way I'm doing it.
And the way that you're doing it is more like how they would do it akin to like the late 90s, early 2000s, but it kind of made it more of a movie, which is really a throwback, because now music videos are like 3 minutes long, no story, no it's music, couple people dancing, and they out.
Yeah, I even seen the big band.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
No, that's why I'm laughing, because you're not wrong.
I've seen like big bands nowadays. They just get like the white background, they're just performing. That's it. It's just different angles in the solid colored black room, and that's it.
Right.
No, because like older, like not even that older, like maybe 10, 15 years ago, music videos would actually have a small narrative to them.
Yeah.
There would be a story within the music if you actually listen. You know, I think one of the examples that's coming to the forefront of my mind, I don't remember when this came out exactly. Have you guys heard of the band Five Finger Death Punch?
Yeah.
So like, there's this one music video they did. I think it was a remix of the song "House of the Rising Sun." But there's a music video and there's a small narrative within it. Right. It was complete film set up, like shot like an actual short film. But you don't really see that anymore because that kind of effort isn't put into things anymore. And I think that's a tragedy, because that in itself, it's art within art.
Yeah,
true.
You know, and when things become streamlined, you lose more than you realize, because the industry is not about industry, it's supposed to be about passion. You're supposed to want to do this and be here. You're a prime example of that, because you put yourself through a lot, because this is what you want to do. You get up in the morning because this is what you decided. This is how I want to carve my way in this life. This is how I want to leave a legacy.
Yeah.
You know, and not many people do that, because sadly, so many people have this terrible hustler mentality of, what do I do to make the most cash? Not what do I do to make actual content or material. There's a huge difference between making money and making a legacy. After all, truthfully, anybody can make money. Most fools do. They just don't know how to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, so I mean, like that last, when I did my video, I didn't even go into that mindset. Like, I'm going to bring back the old school version. I just did what I wanted to do to have fun. How can I make this fun?
Exactly.
I like those videos where like the musicians will wear different outfits and you can't even tell, like, oh, that's him in a mustache, that's him in a different outfit. So I wanted to, dress up and do that kind of thing. And one thing I loved that made me realize what I was doing was I was doing another interview, kind of like this with Ryan James. The guy that cast him out. Yeah, it was Ryan James, Ryan James, Sean Hyde, and Joe Castro. We were having a fake lunch. When I was asking them, like, what did they think of the video, now that they saw it, Ryan James, like, it really gave them the old school feel for a music video. Like, when Nightmare on Elm Street had a music video, they would have the bands play their songs, and Freddy Krueger would actually be in the music video, too. Things like that. So, like, having like the story in the music video, that's what it reminded me of. So when you look at the music video, I'm like, when I make a music video, or can I make a movie? Because I can play a trailer, and people are like, is that a movie or is that a music video? Like, it's just a music video. It's like really short.
But that's the interesting part, because that'll get people inspired. Like in wrestling, like we never know who's gonna come out. Like it's a storyteller. So one question for you, because I say this every day, because you inspire me and it's inspired me too. I'm talking about this, about writing your own material, actually writing stuff. Since start filming and start hanging out with you guys inspire me to write my own, movie or short film. So what inspired you to just like start writing your own material? Not basically like the music writing, but just in general.
Just in general, I mean, I've always watched horror movies, watched comedy movies, so I was always like, if you combine them both, like, what can I do? Initially, like, I was never like, I need to make movies, I was always, I want to make music, and not just do a music video for it, So like, when I do music videos for them, I kind of write a lot based on my personal life experience, and I try to like transition it into the movie I'm kind of writing for, or whatever theme I'm writing for. But there's always a piece of me in my music. There's a piece of me even like a music beat, like people won't really realize it. I kind of just have an epiphany, like realize towards the ending when I wrote, it's kind of like what's happening to me in real life, you know.
Wow.
It's like,
Oh, not for you. Good. But I feel like we have to ask this question because considering its cancerous effect on the industry as a whole, what is your view on artificial intelligence?
No, because
It's
AI,
just pros and
especially
cons.
AI in music writing and stuff like that.
I will not use AI to write for me,
Yes.
but I will say that AI has been very helpful to a lot of people because, like a guy like me, I can't be paying the whole world for anything, even though I'm trying, like literally my project, I have to do the crowdfund this time, but I'm still putting a lot of money into it. So even though the crowdfund's done, I'm still paying for a lot of stuff now. I gotta pay for the sound, for all the post production. Everything I raised with the crowdfunding was to actually just get the damn thing shot, like renting the location, paying the special effects artist, paying the director, paying the editors, the audio guy. Even though we pay for an audio guy, we got the audio, but we still have to work on sound. Like I pay someone to do sound, the mixing, but for AI though, I mean, it just come in handy when you guys like posters and like artwork.
Does it help in your editing and all that stuff when you're editing the beats? Do y'all do it old school where you got like actual editors?
We're going old school. Yeah,
Okay.
my director Tim, he's editing the video, and we're going old school. He does it all. I'm not still mixing it.
Right.
We try not to use.
Right. It's a good question.
No, because see, here's the thing. You got people who are too binary about this. They're either completely rely on it too much, or they don't use it at all. What they fail to realize is that it's a very, very useful tool. It's a very useful tool, and if you have it, you should use it to a degree. The problem is that it's a tool. It's not a soul. It doesn't really think how people think it works. It just remixes things. So I support you, especially someone like you, where a lot of this is coming out of your own pocket, your own time, and especially at your own health, to use what advantages you can. Because at the end of the day, it's still relying on your writing, your creativity, and your direction. It's not a crutch, it's merely an assistant. And I think some people are too quick to write things off if they see the word AI in something. Obviously, you're not using it to make the content itself, but it's just one of those things. You have to realize that tools are meant to be used. You know, you look foolish when you put away a hammer and you're using a mallet instead.
Right. I have a secondary question in regards to that. Do you feel that your music and your videos would be basically quote unquote ripped off because of AI? Somebody trying to steal your concept and idea, run it through AI and try to utilize it as their own, and then they're profiting off of your creative hard work?
Well, I always have my music copyrighted, so it has like an ID.
You're like
an ID.
You're like me.
If anyone plays it anywhere, it's an ID that tracks it too.
Exactly.
So I will get some kind of royalty out of it.
Yes.
But there will be people that's going to try to copy, like, oh, what if I only use like 5 seconds of it, and then that's going to happen no matter what, anywhere you go. Like, you watch any movie right now, it's a rip-off or something. I wouldn't say rip-off, but you can tell they got their idea from this and that and that. Same with music, you can hear a beat, and then like, I'll tell somebody, how did you come up with that? Oh, I just like this Foxy Lady. I just like tweaked it out a little bit. Yeah, nothing, honestly, nowadays is original. I write my own music. I can say it's my original piece, but if you hear it, I'm like, oh yeah, I did kind of get this riff inspired by this band and this group, this song.
I didn't pull it from a direct sample. I just kind of was inspired by it. You're like
everything in life now, it's like it's hard to be original.
Well, because here's the thing too. Originality is ideal. It does not equate to good. You know, because I mean, what's good are things that are, well, surprisingly, actually good. And that doesn't guarantee originality, because you can come up with something originally terrible.
True.
You know, there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration, or even if you must copying just a little bit. What's important is that you make it your own. And more importantly, you make it with sincerity, because there's not enough sincerity in anything nowadays. Too many things are either ironic or eye-rolling or just kind of thrown in.
Where like for me, they even tell you like, oh, like let's go check out this cover band or tribute band. I'm like, it's not my thing to do that.
You sound like
but it's like I only have that like vendetta because like when I was actually had a full band like a decade ago, I would play shows, but then there was a tribute band that was way after us.
Right.
So like
It did what?
I had a decent crowd.
Right.
What, like 15 people in a small club, but then like tribute bands come on, they're like,
Right.
now it's like 45, 50 people. Then they want to be backstage, like kind of getting me shit, like,
Right.
oh yeah, we're better than you. I'm like, yeah, you know, play someone else's song, they know it already. You know, like, I at least got my 15 people that I can appreciate that likes my music that I wrote. You know, they like me for me. They don't like you for you. They like you because of some other band that you covered.
I agree. I've been in that.
It's not original, you know. But other people that aren't really musicians will, you know, fight against me with my statement because they're like, well, I can't afford tickets to go see Metallica, so this is the closest I'm going to get to see. It's cheaper now.
No, and
this is the best. Like, I'm like, all right.
I understand the perspective that too, but I'm not like that. I'm a created original, get it out, do it from scratch. That's the way I do it. Now, I have a question for you, which comes to that. Would you consider going back on tour and touring with like on stage again?
I would love to. I would love to. It's just I don't have a full band. Like, yeah, I'm a one-man band. Like,
understand.
This last track that I just wrote is literally I could say I'm a one-man band. I got the guitar, the vocals, I play bongos on it, and then the
I
violin.
saw that. You called a kid and did the drums down. I could have took drums down.
Well, no, there's some bongos.
No, I got you.
It's a more of a very emotional song for me, so I wanted every piece to it just personally for me.
Got it.
But like all my previous music, I still write the music. I wrote the, you know, the vocal. I do the vocals, the drum. I know the drums, the guitar, the bass, and then I hire a drum. I kind of guide them how I want it. But, you know, I can't say I'm a one-man band if I got drum and
True.
track.
So, a question for you, so has there, since you know you started your music and everything else that's been going on with your life, with your achievements and awards, and shout out to you, brother, congratulations on all those success. Has there been any other musicians like Erger, material-wise, like, man, oh Lord, you know, to do something with you?
Yes.
Or, like local artists.
More often than not.
Drum,
Yeah, collabs.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of people that ask me that, but there's one specific person that actually, one of my executive producers from another film sent this kid to my way. I'm not even gonna say his name because he doesn't credit, spotlight, no, but this kid, he's from like New Jersey, New York, somewhere around that side. And he said, oh, can you take him under your wing? Because he's like, he's a musician, but he also wants to get into acting. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm like, sure, you know, bring my way. So yeah, we talked. You know, he said he would tell me that, oh, I want my next video to be just like Sci-Fi Sam. Like, you know, maybe one day I want you in my music video. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah. I was guiding him to doing everything. But when I went on my hiatus from social media, I guess I deactivated my account where no one could find me. I'm still your friend, but if you were to search me, you can't see it. This kid thought I blocked him.
Right.
So he was like, started talking that shit behind my back to other people, but then obviously other people were like, we know,
the real person comes out.
You know, so, but yeah, I mean, I don't really like to like, I would love to pull that, but I just don't really, I watch my back.
Yeah, no, especially nowadays, especially how social media is.
You don't know them personally.
I'm sure you, like you said, you dealt with, you know, all that.
Well, again, I did collab on the Mutant Fiends. Brett Wagner's doing vocals.
Yes.
He's the one actually on the. He's heard my Sci-Fi Sam song. He's like, hey, when are you gonna write a song where you need on vocals? I'm like, what? You know, it's like, yeah,
come on now.
Yeah, oh wow,
he sings on it.
I didn't even because wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He's in the video, but he wasn't there that day.
That day, okay.
Yeah. Okay. He has a smaller role.
I did not know that. Because I know he had to, you know,
so like if you look up the track, it'll say, you know, Mutant Fiends by Dirty Freaken Joe featuring.
Okay, you know what? I did see that.
So yeah, I told that to him.
Because I think it is a shame that people don't see collabs as actually collabs anymore, but instead stepping stones. They don't want to work with that person, but they just want to get over that person or use that person, which is completely disheartening because that's not what a collab is.
That's definitely why you gotta watch your back. I just don't want to accept any offers from anybody because, like, I've learned my lessons like throughout the years. I think I've been active in showbiz like since 2022. Like, I've seen so many like shit talkers.
Really, you just really it's kind of new into this.
For the showbiz part, yeah. Music, no, I've been doing music since like early 2000s.
Okay.
Like movie and filming.
Right.
Or like music videos.
Right.
Yeah,
But see, now that you said that, I've seen that too, especially since, a lot of people know that me and you, we're like this, and then when everybody saw that we were from this part, I had people like, hey, what you guys doing? I said, hey, it's like, special opportunity, great opportunity, and I'm looking to my brother, for the and different like that. Because, people, like you said, people don't like to see people grow something into successful stuff. So, and I always tell people, especially nowadays, and as I'm learning more and more about business, like everything, sometimes you're going to have to go through that elimination, but sometimes you have to make sure you have a narrow respect of why you're doing this in the first place. And people just want to say, hey, look, you can hate all you want to, because I'm not looking for no bad business, I'm just doing something nice. So I mean, it's got to go through this.
Yeah, it's like for you, like I know like you're gonna be in the Mutant Fiends now, you're posting that you're on there and you're working with celebrities too. Right? So you're in a film with like some big time people. Right. And then you can stop. You can just do that, like, all right, I did one film, I'm just gonna wait for him to finish it and I'll be famous in no time. Like, no, you start grinding. You went to Built-Up Raw, you start doing the photo shoot. So as people start seeing you doing this, they're like, oh, look at Paul, he's doing his thing, not even hitting us up to do this thing. I'm like, no, you need to put in work yourself.
Yeah, that's something I had to, that's something this guy he was talking about too, is that you're gonna be surrounded by certain people who are gonna see you.
They're trying to hold you down because they're not going to with you.
Exactly, and then that's something, and shout out to my boy, can't wait to release him, I can't wait to see him come on, fly here to Steve's. He had to go through that same thing too. Because we had this conversation all the time, like how do you deal with people that hate on you.
I just don't think I'm paying my bills, I'm doing shit.
No, I'm not worried about the haters because you gotta remember, that comes with the territory, fellas. The more you grow, the more haters you're gonna get. Like, we talked about this many times. We did talk about this.
One of my photos, and me and Cameron, because one of my photos got actual hit. It's almost like a million views. So when I told Cameron about it, he said, now you see what I'm saying. You're gonna have to go through all that. People gonna say some good things about you, they gonna say some good things.
You're gonna deal with this in every aspect of life, being in the entertainment part of it and being in the creative space as part of it. It's no different. I've been dealing with this since 88.
Forever in a day, man.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm big. I'll be 51 in a couple of weeks. I'm old. I've been
Still kicking ass.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been getting that from the very beginning. People think that, well, in certain environments it's not an effect. I get the same hate in church. I get the same hate from the streets. I get the same hate in the job. It just comes with it. But I don't worry about the hating. Here's like you take though. If they're gonna say something that is constructive, I would listen to it, of course. Now, will I completely go with what they're saying? Maybe, maybe not. But I'm at least taking it into consideration because if they're making a concern, it's a concern. Yeah. But it's just their perspective.
I just got haters. Have you tried not being bald?
Exactly. No, for real. No. That's my dog. Facts. I'm gonna tell you how they're right. They're gonna hate what you. You know how many times you gotta grow your hair out, get a beard, put on 20 pounds of muscle. You don't get that stuff, man. I'm like Humpty Hump, man. Look at me, I'm skinny.
But the thing on that too is like I'm not trying to be like everybody. They're suggesting it because that's what they see out there already that's making it. Right. Like, oh, these people have dreads or these people, are like sagging or whatever the look they're going for that they're trying to tell you because that's what they want. That's what they see, that's what they like. So they say maybe you'd be better to do that. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do me. Doing my thing my way.
Yeah, and this is the reason why I never got into the regular industry as far as like the music industry. This was part of the reason why, because they're going to force you to do all the things that you really don't want to do, that's really not in your character or in your style or what makes you who
they want to control you.
They want to control every aspect. Yeah, and a lot of it is going to be cookie cutter. So if I was to go out and start to do my thing, I could easily look similar to Kendrick Lamar. And literally do the same, or look more like who I always look. Shut up. More like DJ Jazzy Jeff.
I'll say that.
We're gonna kill more like DJ Jazzy Jeff, man. Everybody says I look like Jeff.
I give you that one.
With the glasses and everything, so I would look more like him. But why would I want to look like him when there's already a Jeff? Yeah. Shout out to Jazzy Jeff, by the way. But I had to be authentically me. My crew had to be authentically my crew. When we did the podcast, we are authentically our podcast. If Joe does his thing, it's authentically his. we're just happy to have them be a part of it. Be along for the ride for a little bit.
I know I'm the guest here, but I want to talk to you.
Yeah, come on.
Let's talk about Hilltop Brawl. Where we at with that?
All right. Well, so we'll give you a little bit of update on Hilltop Brawl. So we got four in the tuck. We're finishing the final edits in regards to that. And actually, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing a podcast in regards to that to kind of get some of the promo. During that time, we're going to tell when the drop date for Hilltop Brawl 4 is going to be. So that's going to finalize season 1. We are going to spin the block and do season 2.
Yeah.
So don't think it's going away. But like you did, we're going to take a little bit of a break because we got a couple of other movie projects that we're working on. Marco is actually prepping for another film project that he's working on that's going to take place out in LA. Inside LA. He got his script that we're going to do right behind that. We're probably going to take care of his script probably around like November, December, if not the top.
Can we talk a little bit about that? Throw in the title and what's the synopsis about it?
Okay, I can use this my brother because I love you.
And you all.
Yes. For all the kids in the back.
And I'll say this because shout out to my boy Jason Lane, shout out to you, Dirty Joe, shout out to Podcast Crew. Mainly between you, Dirty Joe, and Jason Lane, you two have inspired me. Not so more. It's just that being on the film set with you guys, being around you guys, open my eyes.
Give you an understanding of what you do.
So when I started, we did the first episode of Hilltop Brawl, kicker. Okay, this is something different. I never got this shit on, but then I think it got me more started on episode 2. Like now we're like more people interested. So when I was riding home that night, feeling things with your day, I was sitting in the passenger of the day, and we were just talking like, man. And we got the heritage like, man, this is good place to myself. And I have this thing where, sometimes I just sit in the room and just things just like pops in my head, just click. So then I just start writing it down. And my first script I was writing, I was at Cerritos Regional Park. And they have a little, bar song right here. It's a right song with a standing here. But I'm like, man, I forgot what movie was it was like a movie. So I'm like, you know what? So I call it Brother Under the White Light. So just playing around, so I was like, damn, look at it. That's fish and chucks. I let Jason look at it, fish and chucks, and then I just start completely. So that one's going to be the first one I did. And then the second one was, I changed the name to it because my other buddy, Marcos, but we was writing some stuff down too like that. So the horror film was called Down by the old Riverbend Cemetery. Now we changed it. Horror film and stuff like that. Yeah. But the main one, and I'll send you this. Dirty Pain was because my middle name is Pain, so I'm like, my boy Dirty Joe got his shit. So Dirty Pain. Action movies, badass stuff. So that one I was really happy with because I ended up putting more into that.
Yeah, that one, the title alone just making me more excited to watch.
Yeah. And then, my buddy Marco, he helped me put some stuff together and stuff like that. So hopefully for sure the first one we'll do going towards the end of the year, going towards 2027. So we're working on that one.
What about you? You jumping in any of these films? What's going on, dude? You're MIA, bro. He's just behind the camera. No, you're not behind the scenes.
He's never behind the cameras.
Yeah. You're not gonna jump on any of these? Possibly.
Not quite sure yet.
In the background, you see a burger in the back.
But
he gonna be. He's always.
It's like, no, I just auditioned. Oh, what for? Background Corpse 13.
Hey,
that's a good title.
It'd be a badass scene if you have
Let me tell you
a fight
something.
scene in a restaurant, right? And like someone threw a burrito at you, duck it, right in the face. He's just eating his burger and bam!
All you do is just hand him
But
this.
that's another thing.
Extras getting signed too. I don't get it messed up.
But it just kept me inspired more. And then as people kept saying, man, you're doing something. And then know, one of my family members said, I just had to pull up your name or something when they saw IMD. Too crazy. Shout out to me. But at the same time, you know, it just kept, you know, inspired more to the point now that later on in the future, I'm one of the guys want to tell, you know, my story. As I said, I want to tell the story. And, you know, I get thanks to everybody in my circle. It's not just me, it's everybody else. You know, it only works, like you said, and my boy Jesse said, we're all this together. So.
I always tell everybody, my project is not about me, it's about us. You know, like, I can't do it like you guys, you know, so I always tell everybody, if you want to start somewhere, hey, jump into my film, and we're going to grow together. I don't want to grow by myself. I want us to grow together. I've been telling everybody that all the time. I'm never going to have you come on my film and then never advertise you. And just like, oh, it's all about me. I filmed this, my project, I'm our film.
And now that you mention that, everybody always says, man, but you, Dirty Joe, Cam got going on. You know, they know that, you know, people we've seen around, we know around, we work around. Like, you know, it's a blessing to you guys, you know, still keep a good community. And that's what happens.
Yeah, because in a lot of ways it's very tribal. You know, because ideally you need your people. Yeah. You know, after all, if you have a grapevine and there only grows one bunch of grapes, I don't think you call that a successful harvest.
No, you're not wrong, but you're true. Because you have to have the crew. It's not me as an individual, it's the collective. I'm only as good as the parts that are around me.
Yeah, because have you ever heard of a general without an army?
Exactly. You never will.
But networking is going to be one of the greatest things for you, I would say. Like, you can attend like conventions, attend red carpets.
And that's another thing.
Like right now, I'm going to throw a little plug for it. They have the Slasher Summer 26. That's in July 17th. In Glendale.
Okay.
At a brewery. I think it's called Brewyard.
Brewyard?
Yeah, it's at Brewyard. They're going to be screening Cannabis Medium over there. And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You know what, Sean just posted that. I just saw that.
So I'm plugging that in there. I'm going to be there too. So they're going to have a little red carpet too. So you show up, you go, hey, pictures and all that stuff.
Let us know.
Yeah. So it's like the 40th anniversary of that Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then Bill Mosley's going to be attending. So he plays the Chop Chop.
Yep.
Chop Top. But yeah, he also plays like, you know, Devil's Rejects and all that kind of stuff. So.
You just sent me a message too about all this tech over here in Downey. I think it's
no, I think that was Sean probably sent you that too.
Yeah, because I know
Midsummer Scream, I think.
Long Beach, yeah.
Yeah, Sean's gonna be he's gonna have a panel over there at table. So I see pretty good. But we got like that guy's my guy. He took me under his wing and then like I stuck with that dude. I believe I seen his vision and I tried to like imitate, mirror everything he's gonna do.
And now that you mention this, because I think it was one of them, they hit me up with like when they were seeing all the behind the scenes stuff and how so much fun we had, how much fun I had. And can't wait to see you in the future. And you know, and having the talent that I had, because even there, man, you can do that with your eyes. And they was like, even Joe was like, but you know, and all, like I said before, thank you so much.
So I mean, I would definitely recommend you go check out that film festival out there, because like red carpet moments, and you can just network with everybody. Like the After Fight team is like the best team I work with. That's just one team. Like I really like kind of close off my circle. I work with a small circle. Like a lot of people are gonna reach out to me on social media, like, hey, check out my project. Can you fund my project and be my film? Or you just support. I'm like, yeah, no, like, don't pick me up just like, without even saying like, hey, how's it going? Checking up on me. You just want me to just fund you, and once I fund you, you disappear off. And you never talk to me ever again. So, like Sean Heiss is one of those guys like I will always do whatever he needs. You know, like Cannibal Comedian, I wish I could have been a part of it, but it was done filming by the time I met him. I met Sean by doing crowdfunding. I did Area 5150, which is not out, it's almost done, but I filmed that one. That's why I met him, Brian, and the Mark Cerulli. All three of those guys were badass.
Especially Brian.
I stuck with them, and I was advertising, Area 5150, even though it's not out yet. I was still advertising.
Picture I took with Ryan when he was like on the hood. Anybody, especially on the tip, they was like, man, that's so bad.
But yeah, I advertise these guys so much, but they appreciate how much promotion I was doing for them. I don't charge them. I just did it because I'm having a good time. And he invited me to his screening of Cannibal Comedian. I saw that movie for the first time. I was like, man, I want to be attached to this somehow. So badass. He was like, well, it's still, he wasn't finalized yet. It was like early screening. So I'm like, I put you up as a social producer if you want to be fucking right. Yeah, he like, take my money. You know, show up and take my money.
So
Like, I want my name on
yeah,
this
of course,
record, you know,
of course.
And that's why, I'll be there as well for that Glendale, screening over there.
Good.
They're also going to be doing an exclusive screening of his short film Harbor. So that's another short film from Sean Heights. Which Brett Wagner's in it, Bill Mosley's in it. I make a little cameo in there too.
So the whole crew's in effect.
But yeah, it's really cool. It's going to be a really fun event. So I would definitely, I'll let you know when it's time to get closer, but definitely you guys should try to make it out there.
Very good. Very good. I'm glad you back outside. That's right. For real. I know you was laying low for a little bit.
Now it's time to get back in.
One last question. I know you've been getting asked this a lot of times, too. And I'm not in a rush for it because I know you.
I already know the question.
Yeah, so.
Well, forget all that. He trying to be nice. When we get the drop, no, forget all that.
This is my brother.
No, forget all that.
I gotta make sure.
That's my man's honor.
Respect.
That's my man's honor. When we get Mutant Fiends a video, come on now. When we get this, you gotta get a podcast for a little something now.
I was really hoping. Well, I am really hoping it's by the end of the year.
Okay.
But if anything, like early to 2027.
Gotcha.
So like, the rough cut is pretty much kind of cut together. But we got to add the sound still. We got to do some VFX. We're going to get some footage of Joe Casper with VFX. He's done a little bit, but he's done a lot more. Because we were running short on time on those days, so not everybody got the blood that they were supposed to get. We got to do some VFX on some of that, but at the end of the year, hopefully by the end of the year, Joe Casper will do our VFX.
Okay.
That dude's a busy guy.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
He recently told me that I got 2 weeks free right now, so if you can send me stuff within this 2 weeks, I'll work with you. But after that, I'm like not free till September.
Oh wow.
I was like, God damn.
Because he's doing
No,
that.
that's how it is though.
Was he on the Evil Dead project?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought he was. Hold on. Is that Joe?
He does a lot of similar stuff.
Yeah.
He does really good stuff. So. No, he has other projects that he's working on. He has like 2 or 3 movies he's working on right now. Wow. So I'm really hoping it's maybe out by the end of the year.
Okay.
Or at least early.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But I mean, I can appreciate these questions. I know people are going to keep asking, but sometimes I've known like directors who like crowdfunded and took people's money and then they're asking, hey, when's the movie coming out? Oh, it's coming out, it's coming out. And they never finish it.
Right.
They just steal your money and just keep saying it's coming out. They'll cut a little trailer and say, oh, let's see if it's coming out. But they never release it.
For me, it wasn't even a money question. It was more so like people are excited about it. They want people to know. Yeah, the people. Yeah,
it is happening.
Yeah, people want to know. It's like the bread doesn't matter.
If I don't release this and just take people's money, he's gonna beat my ass.
Yeah, no.
I felt his chop on set. I ain't want that again.
First of all, he did put the long arm on the long arm. He said,
yeah. I had the chest piece on. I just felt that.
You know what we used after that?
oh my God, I saw that. That was hilarious.
I had, my buddy, Venture Dave, he said, man, that chop, man. Shout out to Venture Dave, another sweet guy.
Well, that's why I'm gonna make sure I deliver this because that's why I work with my friends and family. I would not disappoint them.
Not to cut you off, Joe. It was such a pleasure to work with your brother and your mom too. They were so sweet, especially because he is all the time.
Yeah.
Keep doing you, keep it right. That scene, that picture scene with your mom, everybody, even my mom was like, what was that lady in the back? That was scary. Because the way she was shot and the way they got posed when I was backing up, she's right there. Everybody thought that was like the most scariest thing.
And the funniest thing too is like that she wasn't even meant to be in the scenes.
Right.
You know what?
Because
Jason hit me up. He's like, hey, do you think Joe's mom was supposed to be I don't know, but I'm glad they kept it because it made sense.
Yeah, it went in naturally. My mom was just cleaning in the back. He didn't realize she was in the shot. Because Tim was sending me, while he's editing, he's sending me like still shots of what we got so far. So he like sent me, I think, the high five, and I'm like, what the hell did you send me my mom's squeaking? That's not part of the film. I was like, I don't know, but it just came out really naturally. It came out really good. I'm gonna find a way to skate this video. I'm like,
because she had a hand on her shoulder and she looked.
See, those are the things that I love. Like, my mom gets to see herself in those type of things.
Yeah,
and people get to talk about her like,
she was such a
yeah. Like, we attended to at the Chinese theater when we screened our sci-fi Sandy. She went to the bathroom after someone recognized her. Like, hey, you're the alien in that video. She's like, oh my God, yeah.
Oh, she was like, that probably made her world too.
Like those are the kind of things I love.
Not to cut you off, how did that inspire her? to know that, you know, recognition-wise.
It doesn't inspire her, but she just loves it. She loves that feeling. She loves that feeling because it's not something you get to do every day. She's like, you know, you watch all these TMZ celebrities getting caught ran up on something like that. Kind of briefly felt that, and she just felt excited about it. She wasn't scared, but she just catches you off guard.
Right.
You wouldn't think people would recognize it for like one little scene.
Right.
The fact that someone did recognize it, like, meant a lot for her.
Oh,
so now she just she wants to be on all my videos, and she's trying to tell me like, next time make a zombie. I want to be a zombie. I'm like, let's get it cheesy, right? There's no zombies in this next
So I got a perfect part for my fourth. There you go.
That example right there is a testament to what art really is and what it does for everyone. Because the thing about art is that art was never really meant to be a product. It was meant to be a form of expression, storytelling, and most importantly, a bonding. After all, art is really meant to bring people together, people who think alike, feel the same, or perhaps have similar dispositions. And I find it sad that we live in a day and age where such art is discouraged, where you're not really meant to express what you feel, but what makes money. And I understand things are hard out there. It's not easy, it's difficult, it's very trying times, people. But still, I don't think we or anybody should ever truly sacrifice true creativity for people. Because here's the thing. I use Audible a lot. I use it for audiobooks and whatnot. And when I first got it, I was expecting decent quality or even high quality stories. Because to me, it's a legit platform, money's involved and whatnot. But to my shock and slight disappointment is that there is a lot of mediocrity on there. There's a lot of things that you can tell that were written or phoned in just for a paycheck. And I find that tragic in a lot of ways, because that's not what storytelling is. Storytelling is really stories you want to tell, not that you have to tell. Or same thing with music or anything really. And I bring this up because as we come to a close here, I want to encourage our audience to create. To really honestly create, whatever it may be. It may not be good, it may be terrible, but let it be genuine. And continue from there. Write that story you've been wanting to write since ever. Truly, put pen to paper and start writing. Don't worry. Or make that music you want to make. Pick up an instrument, download software, do things and actually try. Because the worst thing that you can do to yourself is find out one day that you are old and you no longer can do what you wanted to do for so long. Do it now while you're still able. Try. Even if you fail again and again, try with sincerity, try with authenticity, and try above all with passion. Do things you want to do in the realms of creativity. Truly try to create. It's not easy, but it is worthwhile because when you make something that is yours, believe it or not, it's yours. And if others enjoy it, that's wonderful, but if they don't, that's fine too. You don't have to make something for everyone. That's not the point of art. That's never been the point of art. The point of art is you are expressing yourself in a format that can be observed by others. How they feel about it is up to them. So, dear PVC Podcast viewers, from all of us here, take Joe for an example and find yourself as an inspiration to go out and create your own. Whether it's making videos on YouTube, writing music, writing stories, or even fan fiction, it doesn't matter. Please do try to create. Life will end before you know it, and it will be tragic if you have nothing but consumption for your works.
That's the whole speech and dissertation.
Damn, dude,
I didn't want to cry.
I actually want to hire this guy for my narrator.
That's what I'm saying.
Intro narrator, like,
Dude,
like
I say this every day. Victor will be a great narrator or do stand up.
You gotta get us.
I was waiting for the movie to start.
That's what I'm saying.
On the night like this.
You'd be like watching
No, you're gonna go narrate it and then the.
Well, honestly, okay, you know what actually kind of molded me in that way was the original Twilight Zone, the narrator,
That's
I like that.
because it's extremely iconic, but also Fact or Fake.
Yes.
I can see you doing something like that too.
Fact or Fake, the one with where
I'm scared.
Fact or Fiction, where it had the dude from Star Trek. I forget his name.
Yes.
Riker. That's not his real name.
No,
But,
but I know what you're talking about.
you know, he's another huge inspiration like that, because I think, you know, narration itself is a lost art, because nowadays when you hear narration, it's like the same two dudes. You know, it's stuff like that. You know, you wanna have a cadence to your voice. You know, I get inspired by stuff like that, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, after
Have you ever heard yourself?
I try not to.
I like it. Say you like me. Me, when I'm writing a song in my head and all that stuff, right? I'm like, ooh, I got this. I'm gonna go to the studio. I'm gonna kick some ass, and like, fucking time to record, lay the vocals down, like way back. I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah, I've done that.
I'm like,
That's the musician.
I hate it, but others like it. But I'm not happy with the way I did it. In my head, when I'm writing it, I feel like my lyrics should come out deeper than like actually speak.
Right.
So once I'm in the studio, I can't get it that deep as I had it in my head.
Right.
But I gotta just accept it. I'm like, hey, this is how it's gonna come out.
Or this is where I defer to the mixing and okay, can we do it in post somewhere?
Yeah.
And I think that's the perfectionist
Like
side.
dub over it.
Yeah, that's where the perfectionist side. This is where this is where we like do dubs or do multiple takes where we do it in layers. So we'll do some high or low.
It'll sound like multiple like people behind your back talking. It's your voice over that again like 3 times.
But that goes into the whole utilization of AI to a degree. Goes back to that speed because I could take Joe's voice and I could drop it like an octave lower. Instead of him having to re-record it, I could just say, just run the octave one lower. Then I can blend those two together and then make it work. That's the beauty of having like Pro Tools the way that it is now. You know. But yeah, besides that, Joe, you know, it's definitely an honor to have all the boys at the table. We got to do this. We cannot do this once every 2 years. I'll tell you that. We got to do this more often than not. You know, we got to have the boys back on the table. But it's always an honor to have you, Joe.
Once
you know,
Mutant Fiends is a release, we will do another.
Oh no, you coming back outside. Good boy. You gonna get back outside. We gotta get you on the Hilltop Brawls and let you see some of that. You and Jason, we gotta get you involved with that.
I gotta get you two together. Actually, we gotta get them both together.
Oh, we're gonna make that one. More sooner than later.
Because that would be good. But besides that, Joe, as always, thank you so much for coming on the show with us, man. Telling your story and everything else, and like always. And I know I tell you this pretty much every day. Thank you so much for what you guys.
It means a lot to me.
Help me out too,
Things
bro.
like that. You know, and that's what I love. You know, like, I'm not an influencer, but I get influenced in a way. You know, I don't want to be an influencer, but it still means a lot when like I'm passing on knowledge and you're looking up to me and you're enjoying what I'm doing. And you want to be the same. It's like warms my heart to know that like I'm creating a future. Create a future talent. Right. And I believe you. I know you're going to do it. People are going to laugh at you no matter what. And you know what? They're not paying your bills. You know, shit. You could probably pay their bills once you get to the top, but you ain't gonna, you know? It's going to be like that one little fishing dude with the money. He's like, oh, you almost got it. Right. You want me to pay your bill? Oh, nope. That's going to be all in the future. Right?
That's hilarious.
You're laughing at me, now who's laughing now? Oh, you got to be quicker than me. So like, just don't get discouraged. I will support you no matter what. Whatever advice you need, I got you. I'll invite you to whatever events I'm going to, whether you can make it or not. Invite me over.
We don't make this. But besides that, that's all I got, Cam.
I know we good. Let me shut this down and we politic after, of course. First and foremost, shout out to all of our subscribers who have been rocking along with us for a long period of time. If y'all haven't had a chance to see the first video that we did about 2 years ago, I definitely encourage y'all to see the beginnings and then see how we're doing the video now. Definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all, of course. Shout out to the rest of our affiliates who's not at the table. Jason Lane with World Heat Entertainment, of course. Zay, all the people who've been rocking along with us. For my man Paul, for my man Vic, for myself, and my man Dirty Joe. My name is Cam.
Not to cut you off. We forgot one final time.
Yes, man.
Boom Shasta. My boy Boom Shasta.
Oh yeah. Shout out to our dog, bro.
We forgot to affiliate this.
Oh yeah, we gonna you
We'll
family.
be outside with you in July 25th for the next pro wrestling event. I didn't want to mention it, but I have to mention it because
I'm gonna start
This
pointing. I mean,
why I'm pointing out when we got cameras all over the place.
I might be.
Real quick. Boom Shasta, he was part of the Hilltop Brawl series, of course. He is an independent pro wrestler, of course. We're going to be outside to do some stuff with him. That's going to be July 25th out in Oxnard. So if y'all want to make the run out to Oxnard, I know it's like a 2 hour and a half away, but that's where he's going. But it's crazy because when he came down to film, he came all the way down to us to come film. So of course we're going to go out there to go make sure we outside for him. So. Shout out to Boom Shasta and them boys, man. Shout out to other Marco who's out there, and they've been filming and doing a lot of stuff. So they want us outside, I'll be outside for them as well. So, besides that, y'all, for Paul, Vic, Dirty Joe, my name is Cam, a.k.a. Nerd Boy Fresh. Like always, it's God above everything. Until next time, family, we will do this again soon.
Much love and respect.
Salute.